Hello, and welcome to Tustin. Today I'm going to be taking a ride on Metrolink's Orange County Line back up to LA's Union Station. Tustin serves as a connection between Metrolink's Orange County and Inland Empire services and Tustin's local bus network. There isn't a lot going on around the station, with the most notable landmark being the Tustin Hangars, which were built in 1942 as a base of operations for the Navy's coastal blimp patrols during World War II. The station isn't terrible, but it certainly doesn't have as many features as one would hope. The only major amenities are a single vending machine, a few ticket machines, and a bunch of covered waiting areas on the platforms. The one feature that is missing that I would certainly have appreciated was a bathroom. Buying a ticket on Metrolink is very easy, and the kiosks are responsive, but the Windows alert noise that plays on every button press is super annoying. A one-way ticket to Union Station will cost $10 on Metrolink, but I paid $7.50 with my student discount. There are two platforms at Tustin, with northbound trains stopping on track 1. To access the northbound platform, passengers must use the tunnel in the middle of the station. There was one specific reason why I chose to come here, and that is the fact that Amtrak's Pacific Surfliner does not stop here, which sounds weird until you see one fly by at 90 miles an hour. If you want to see more action like that, click the link in the top right or click the link in the description below to check out that video on my main channel. After waiting for a few minutes, my train pulled into the station. Ironically, after a full day of filming at Tustin, I managed to catch the exact same train I had taken out there in the morning. Boarding is super quick, and I just barely have enough time to take my seat before we depart. As we begin our journey back to Union Station, let's take a look at some stats about our train. My train this afternoon is Metrolink Orange County Line number 609 and is driven by EMD F125 Spirit Locomotive number 921. Each F125 is powered by a Caterpillar C175-20 V20 diesel engine, producing 4,700 horsepower. F125s are rated for a top in-service speed of 125 miles per hour, but are usually operated closer to 100 miles per hour. The F125 was built to comply with the EPA's Tier 4 emission standards, and is a direct competitor to the Siemens SC44 Charger. Metrolink trains vary in size, but our train is 6 cars long, with 2 Bombardier and 4 Hyundai Rotem bilevels, one of which is a cab car. Metrolink's Orange County Line runs a total of 87.2 miles from LA's Union Station to Oceanside, serving a total of 15 stations on the route. Despite being operated by Metrolink, the tracks themselves are owned by 3 separate companies along the line. BNSF owns the line from Los Angeles to Fullerton, Metrolink owns the tracks from Fullerton to the Orange County, San Diego County line, and San Diego's NCTD owns the line from there until its southernmost terminus in Oceanside. While we've got a second, why don't you hit that subscribe button? It's totally free and it really helps support the channel. Oh, and hit that bell icon while you're down there so you never miss another video. I initially chose to sit in a single row in an attempt to minimize the amount of space I was taking up. There was a decent amount of space between the seats, about 4 inches from my knees to the seat back, what you would usually expect to see on a commuter train. The seats are actually cushioned quite well, with a good amount of padding on the back and bottom of the seat. Time to take a walk around the train. The downstairs of this car is actually very similar to the second level, but with fewer seats and a bathroom. common theme I have noticed on most bi-level cars is the inclusion of water stations with cups so passengers can stay hydrated, which I really appreciate. Let's take a quick look at the bathroom. The bathroom is spacious and fairly clean. It was nearing the end of the day, so I wasn't expecting perfection, but it was certainly well looked after. The sink is a little funky, requiring that passengers push up on a rod extended from the bottom of the tap, which is a little unhygienic, especially considering the current world event. Besides that, the soap, tissues, and toilet paper were well stocked, and overall I appreciated the cleanliness of the restroom. My favorite feature of this bathroom is the comically large toilet flush button. It's bright red and looks more like something out of an action movie than something you would find on a train. It's not long before we're crossing back over the LA River to meet up with the Riverside line on the final leg into Union Station. Amtrak's shops are the first landmark after crossing over the river. Here, rolling stock is maintained and stored before being put back out onto the rails. As if on cue, a southbound Pacific Surfliner came by in the other direction, on its way to San Diego. A rare sight to see in the depot was one of Amtrak's 50th anniversary P-42 DCs. This one was Locomotive Number 161 in its historic Phase 1 livery. Metrolink service station is on this stretch and houses their recently replaced F40PH, F59PH, and F59PHI locomotives, the fate of which are still undecided. One of my favorite shots from this trip comes as we round the bend on the outermost track along the LA River. Sitting at the back of the train, it's super cool to see our train curve along the track, while also getting a view of the line ahead. After about 50 minutes, our train makes the final turn into Union Station. And that concludes today's trip report. Next week I will be back in New York to take a ride on New Jersey Transit's Northeast Corridor line out to Hamilton, so stick around if that's something you want to see. If you want to see more trip reports out of LA's Union Station, check out my video featuring Amtrak's Pacific Surfliner down to San Diego, or check out my ride to Tustin on Metrolink. Links for both videos will be in the top right or in the description below. If you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button down below, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another video. But anyways, that's all I have for today. Thanks for riding with me, and I'll see you in the next one.